So a few years ago, I did a coaching program with Tony Robbins called Robbins Madonna Center for Strategic Intervention. And basically I learned how, Tony Robbins does his things, his NLP, his interventions on stage and what have you. And one of his main corner principles are the 6 human needs. He basically says every human being has 6 human needs, and all the needs are motivated. Everyone is motivated. They're just motivated by different needs, right? So the first need is your need for certainty. Now this is your need for security and safety, right? Your second need is the need for uncertainty or variety. This is your need for, spice of life, having things change over time, wanting to be spontaneous. The third need is your need for significance, wanting to feel important and valued, knowing that you're enough. The fourth need is your need for love and connection. This is your need to belong and feel seen and heard and be safe and feel like you're part of a community or a partnership. The fifth need is growth. This is your need to challenge yourself, because if you're not growing, you're dying. You wanna break through instead of breaking down, right? And the last but not least need is your need for contribution. This is to serve something and someone bigger than you. Create a legacy, create a contribution that surpasses your own needs and desires, right? Now here's the interesting thing about 6 human needs. When you understand this, you'll understand, because a lot of the questions that people ask is like, I don't feel motivated. The truth is, you're always motivated. It's just your needs are being motivated differently. It depends on what your needs are. So once you understand what your 2 primary needs are, you can predict almost every single human behavior. So a person who values certainty over variety, let's say, for example, if they had a choice to quit their job and they're not satisfied and, they'd have to take the risk of going to another job, they won't do it because they value security, even if it's uncomfortable for them, right? But a person who values variety, they're willing to say, you know what, I'm gonna take the risk. I don't really care for the safety or whatever. A person who values significance, they can become a doctor. They wanna do something important. They wanna be seen as someone who's established and accomplished, right? Or a person who values significance, now this is an important point because you can meet your needs both positively or negatively, right? So a person who values significance could become a doctor, or 2, if you were never seen and heard, if you were never valued or appreciated, if you were never acknowledged for being an important person, maybe one day you become a criminal, you have a gun in your hand, and you see that doctor, and automatically you put that gun in their head and point it, and your need for significance just shot up right off the roof because you just took that person's credentials and everything with the gun. And the moment you pull the trigger, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna meet your need for variety because you don't know what's gonna happen after you pull that trigger, but you meet your need for certainty because you know that you're in control in this moment. And you meet your need for significance because you feel more important. You didn't have to study or spend all this money to become this doctor. Here you are taking this person's significance right off the bat, right? So the point of this video is to understand what motivates you. Are you driven by variety? Are you driven by love and connection? You want to help other people. Are you driven by growth? Are you driven by serving other people? The first 4 needs, your need for certainty, your need for uncertainty or variety, your need for significance, your need for love and connection, they're the human needs. They're the basic needs. Once you meet these needs from, let's say from 1 to 10 and 10 being like really good, once you meet them at a high level, you start meeting your needs for growth and contribution, and you're able to give back to other people. So I hope this was valuable. Remember, every human being is motivated. There's no such thing as people not being motivated, right? Your needs are always being motivated. You just gotta be aware of what are your 2 primary needs, and better yet, how are they influencing your decisions and your behaviors today. All right, guys, see you guys next week. Peace. Chase the next thing, so we can feel quote unquote happy or fulfilled. But in reality, nothing that's outside is ever gonna give us that sense of fulfillment.